Hello everyone, I'm Ken from shop3d.ca. Welcome to another unboxing, and this time we have the Ultimaker 2 Plus connected. I have with me Felix.
Hi everybody.
Our senior applications engineer here at shop3d.ca, and we're going to be unboxing this brand new unit. We did it for the BCN D25 recently and had a lot of good feedback, so right now we think we should do another one to show you what it's like to unbox an Ultimaker instead of a BCN 3D. So why don't we get started, and maybe I will also introduce us a little bit while we do that.
First I want to introduce our ceremonial knife.
True.
This is the unboxing knife, stainless steel, 3D printed.
Yes, that we only unbox with that knife. So for those of you who are joining us for the first time, we are shop3d.ca. We're a Canadian premium 3D printing reseller here in Canada. We have showrooms here in Vancouver, and we also have one in Ontario as well. We focus primarily on prosumer level printers and professional units, so not quite at the hobbyist level, a little bit higher than that. And that is why Ultimaker is part of our core product lineup.
All right, first thing we see is the accessory box. So let's pull that all out.
I can take that from you. Got it?
Go. Put that on the table. And I'll take the printer out.
Okay. That's pretty straightforward.
Just there.
So out of the box, it feels very sturdy.
Feels a little
well
bit
padded all the way through inside, which we like for
Looks
shipping
good.
and transport.
Right off the bat, I noticed that they have the new extruder. Well, it's not new, but it's inherited from the S5 and the S3 line. So it's hardened.
How do you know it's the new one?
It has the cam switch, cam bump.
Right. So no longer you have to force your fingers.
No spring, and makes it a little bit easier for loading, unloading. And the other thing we see is the touchscreen.
Nice. No more jog dial.
No more jog dial.
I wonder if people are going to miss that.
The old school feeling. And then you got the, instead of the SD card slot, you got the USB. So looks good.
I see the look is kind of a little bit different now. It's got the S3 kind of image and look to it.
A little bit more polished, it seems.
Yeah,
almost.
there's more white for sure.
Yeah.
In the older 2 Plus, we used to have the dye bond material with black on the inside, but now it's white.
Yeah.
Same
White
with the
cable, white
S3s.
housing. The head looks a lot like the 2 Plus, but everything else looks good.
And also we have the new Ultimaker logo, which is the U instead of the little
Instead
Ultibot.
of the Ultibot.
Let us know if you guys missed that.
I missed it. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. Okay, let's switch that over so people can see
Sure.
what is in the box. All right. So power cord, important. 1 roll of silver PLA, Ultimaker.
And for the Ultimaker material, they do have an NFC tag inside of the spool, so that when you put it on the back of the printer, it will automatically detect it.
And let's take a look at the accessory box. All right, a few things. We got the calibration card, a couple quick start guides that everybody should read. We got the glass plates, let you install that.
All right.
And a few boxes. Oh, very nice. We got some sewing oil to lubricate the bearings. We got some grease for the rod, some glue to smear on the bed. We have USB stick, an extra nozzle, some tools, and we got the Allen key screwdriver. And that is used mostly to service your feeder in the back. Let's see what else we got. Ethernet cord and spool holder. Okay, let's pop those in. Let you pop the glass in.
So I'll put the glass piece in first. Very easy. It just gets slid in sideways.
Make sure you open those clips.
Open these clips in the front. Slide it right into the clips. Push it in. And then just close the clips in the front to lock it in place.
Easy. And then the spool holder. just pops right in the back. First time you a little bit of force because it does spring in there. There you go.
And then for the filament, easy, just pop it up.
And we'll load it up in a bit. All right, back to the tools that you get. And the last thing you get is the power brick. And that's it. So that was the accessory box. So
you do get one full spool of the Ultimaker silver PLA material. This is 750 grams in 2.85 diameter. It is actually a very, very nice material.
I like the color of it a lot.
Yeah.
And I'll plug it in. See what happens. So what are the main differences between this one and the 2 Plus?
Yeah, that's a
We talked
good
a little
question.
bit about it.
Instead of just unboxing, we'll also talk a little bit about it. The 2 Plus Connected is really the successor to the 2 Plus series of Ultimakers. The 2 Plus has been around for a long time. I would say somewhere around like 3 to 4 years,
Yeah.
maybe even longer than that. And for a 3D printing machine that hasn't been updated for that long, but is still in service, that really speaks to the quality and reliability of that unit.
Oh yeah.
We still use our 2 Plus here almost every day for production.
Yeah, I think our most used one, it has like 14,000 printing hours on it.
Right, right.
Which is a long time.
And so this is really the successor, and I think, you know, in their inspiration, I feel like they've taken the best parts of the 2 Plus, which is the reliability and the simpleness of the unit, and then kind of added the features that people now want, you know, in 2020. So for the spool, all you have to do is just hang it off the back, pop it in there.
And we'll load it up in a bit.
And we'll load it up in a bit.
Just put it through the hole there. Okay, let's take a look at what the touch screen says over there. So it's still booting up. Looks really sleek.
So for those of you who are not familiar with the Ultimaker line of printers, the 2 Plus does start at the beginning of the line. So all of their other models are actually more expensive than the 2 Plus Connected. And the reason why the 2 Plus is a little bit of a less expensive unit is mainly because it's a single extrusion printer. So it is more simple. All of their other printers are dual extrusion, meaning you can do multi-material, multi-colors, and so forth. But the 2 Plus kind of keeps it simple. And it does really speak to the clientele that is served by the 2 Plus. Felix, who do you see mostly 2 Pluses going to?
So this is almost like an introductory 3D printer for people that want the 3D printing experience, but don't want to tinker with their printers. So they get something like this that's, you know, assemble out of the box. All you got to do is pop the glass in and the filament, and you're basically ready to go. So a lot of places like libraries, schools, high schools, even universities that don't require the advanced features of the dual extrusion that the S3 and S5 have will opt for this printer. Yeah,
the one downside of dual extrusion, of course, is time. While you do get to print more complex geometries, it's going to cost you time, right? Yeah. And you know, in certain situations, such as at a library or a school, having as many patrons or as many students run through the system is going to be more important than just a complex print.
Yeah, a lot of libraries limit their times to like 2 or 4 hours, I think. So printing times, that is. All right, so let's take a look at what it says over here.
So as you can see, Ultimaker really embraces that clean white theme. They got nice bright white LEDs in there.
Yep. All right, let's start with the welcome. So a nice welcome screen. Welcome to your new Ultimaker 2 Plus Connected. You click on next. Please visit the ultimaker.com register. So if you register your printer, you will have access to, first of all, you activate your warranty and sort of claim ownership of your printer, and you'll have free access to the academy that Ultimaker has set up, where you can review it and sort of learn best practices, introductory courses, and some more advanced stuff about how to use the printer properly, how to maintain it, and a few more resources that are important to have. So make sure you register your printer. All right, so we're gonna keep going to the main menu, and it seems like we're just ready to go off the bat.
But that's it?
That's it.
So we can start?
We can start.
Okay, so let's print something.
Let's do it. So
the touchscreen in the front is one of the newer features of the 2 Plus Connected. Actually, you know what we didn't talk about, Felix? We didn't talk about why it is called the 2 Plus Connected.
yeah, why is it called?
Why are they changing the name a little bit? I mean, they're keeping the core of the name, but what's new that makes it connected?
It can connect to the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Or the Ethernet, whatever you prefer.
So we have a whole new suite of in and out, ports.
Yep.
So we have Wi-Fi. We've got USB in the front now. It used to be an SD card. I think that's out of fashion now.
Yeah, most computers don't even have SD card readers anymore.
Right.
So you have to have that USB. All right, let's check if there's anything on the USB there. And there isn't. So we're gonna slice a file.
All right, I'll pass it over to you.
So Ultimaker uses Ultimaker Cura, and that's one of the leading slicing softwares out there right now. And once you open it, so I already have it open over here, you will be prompted to, if it's your first time, it will prompt you to add your printer, and your screen will look something like this. So you have all the printers that Ultimaker makes and other ones as well. Or if you have it connected to the Wi-Fi, that will be there as well. So I have already added the 2 Plus Connected, and from here, you have a very simple screen. You will select your nozzle size. It comes standard with a 0.4. And then the material, in our case, is going to be PLA, so we're going to just keep it there. And then on the right-hand side, you have the print settings. So you have the layer height, so 0.06 millimeters layer height would be the most detailed. Will take the longest, and then you have draft settings at 0.2. So we're going to go right in between. 0.15 is what we opt to use most of the time. Then you can use the File Explorer to drag a file in. So I already have it navigated on the Ultimaker robot, Ultibot, that we talked about a little bit earlier. So it pops in here, and all you have to do is slice it, but in our case, we'll have to put some supports in there, so we're just gonna enable supports. Slice. And it's gonna take about 42 minutes. We get a quick preview of our model here. All the supports, safe to removable drive. Eject, and we're gonna pop this USB right back in.
So Felix, if you were to send it to the printer by Wi-Fi, what would be the difference instead of copying to the USB?
Yeah, so if you have it connected to Wi-Fi, you will actually have a little prompt. Instead of save to file or save to USB, you would say print over network. Or if you have it connected to the cloud, it will, and you set up an account, it will actually also have the option of printing over a cloud.
Okay. Great.
So you could just print stuff over the cloud.
Yeah, and for those of you who are wondering if when you send it over Wi-Fi, is the file saved on there? So if there's a disruption to your computer, if there was a Windows update, during your print, will that stop your print? And the answer is no, it won't stop your print. It will copy it to the onboard memory of the printer first, so you don't have to worry about software updates at the same time.
Yep, and before we start our print, I actually wanted to go through some of these menus. They're completely new to us. We haven't looked at them, so let's take a look at the settings menu over here.
And don't forget to load your filament, Philip.
Oh, that's a good one as well. So this is actually one of the first units that's of the Ultimaker 2 Plus Connected. So I'm sure that the usual wizard on the 2 Plus and the S3 and the S5 usually prompts you to level the bed and load filament. So I think it's going to be there on the final units, but on this one, I think they're still working on it.
Yep.
So let's do the load filament, which you can find here. It's a little filament icon, it seems. And we're gonna click on load filament. Start loading procedure. There you go.
So Felix, how do you compare with the interface now that it's a touchscreen interface on the 2 Plus? And it's a fairly small touchscreen, mind you.
Yeah, I mean,
not as big as the S3s.
Yeah, my fingers are a bit big for this. I feel sometimes I already feel like I misclick a little bit, but with some precision.
But is it still better than the little jog dial?
Yeah, the dial is kind of a pain to use. Back to the screen here, though. So you're loading filament. Right now it's saying that the printer is set up for PLA. If it's not, you can change that setting, but we're just gonna click on yes. I'm still using PLA. So right now it is heating up the nozzle. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit until it prompts us to load the filament.
Great, and in the meantime, I can go through some of these accessories that come with the Ultimaker 2 Plus Connect. So You know, a little bit of a different thing, you know, as compared to the 2 Plus is when you got the 2 Plus originally, it comes with 4 different nozzles. It comes with a 0.4 millimeter nozzle, and then you also have a spare set of nozzles, 0.25, 0.6, and 0.8. So you get to choose within that region, you know, how much detail or speed you want to trade off with. With this unit, it looks like we're getting 2 0.4 millimeter nozzles. I guess that is the most popular nozzle.
Yeah.
I mean, we see that in terms of sales as well. Most people, I would say like maybe 80 to 90% of people are using the 0.4.
Yep.
And then there are a couple of people who have special applications that are using some of the other diameters. So we're looking at 2 nozzles here, and they just screw on to the bottom of the print head. So it's very easy to change. And there's a little Allen key here where you can take that off, and also a little wrench for you to take the nozzles off. Ethernet cable, that's pretty self-explanatory. Connect this from the back of the Ethernet port to your computer. Quick start guide, which is very handy, and we probably should have referenced it. But we're so familiar with Ultimakers, we don't really need to.
It feels exactly the same.
Safety and warranty information, and then calibration card. Will it ask us to calibrate the...
We're going to do it manually, I think.
Okay,
but
so
normally when you set up the printer, it would ask you to do it, so we'll do it.
Right, okay, so we'll manually calibrate the printer. Now with the glue, we don't usually use the glue stick that often. It is kind of like a legacy product that people include with 3D printers. It's certainly not something that we would recommend people go out and buy lots of. So we would use something like this with ABS sometimes, especially Ultimaker ABS, which tends to stick very well to the glass bed.
Yep.
And this will help decrease the adhesion for that, or increase the adhesion if you were using PLA, but most of the time with a clean bed, it's not really necessary. And then the Magna Lube is for the lead screw in the back. I would only use it there if you are starting to see some extra friction. And then the sewing machine oil is really just for the rods, and just a light dab on the rods to keep it flowing.
Yep.
Will keep you going for a very long time.
All right, so our material is extruding, so it kind of seems like I skipped a little bit of steps. So again, this is one of the first units. I'm sure they're calibrating the and improving on the user interface a little bit, but it's all good right now. So we're going to click materials extruding, and it's going to home back to machine. That's a little bit of a priming for the filaments. So right now it will ask me to go to the main menu, and we're gonna go ahead and do the bed leveling on the machine. Let go, level build plates, start build plate procedure. Go. Okay, so it's asking us to put the calibration card underneath the nozzle over there. And there's a thumb screw on the back, and there's 3 thumb screws, 1 in the back and 2 in the front. And you're just going to be adjusting these and looking for the right pressure. Oop, I'm going the wrong way. There it is. That feels pretty good. Going to the next point.
So what you're looking for when you level your bed manually is to just have that calibration card just provide a tiny bit of friction in between the glass surface and your nozzle, and you know it's pretty much perfect in terms of where your bed should be.
Yep. Too much is too much, and too little is also too little. So if it's too much, your first layer is going to get squished too much, and that will mean that it's going to be hard to remove the print. And sometimes this first layer is going to look a little bit weird. But then if it's too little, then you will just have your print not stick to the plate. All right, so there it is. That's good. And last point.
And just a quick mention on the new design of the heated bed. It does look like they followed the S3 lineup of the build plate. So it looks like it is more sturdy. In the older 2 Plus, we would see a little bit more wobble when we're pressing down or lifting on the bed, but I don't see it wobble much at all here.
Yeah. Right now it's asking me to do the entire procedure again, just to make sure that we actually did it right. And that's it. So now we're ready to print. All right. Back to the main menu. select from USB, and select our Ultibots. Nice, there's actually a preview now, so it's not just in the file name like it used to be. And a little bit of information about it as well, so you have the material that you're printing with and how much time it's going to take. So that is something that is really nice to have on the S-line printers that the Ultimaker just didn't really have. They did have a little bit of the information like print times, but they didn't have the picture, so sometimes we would select the wrong things.
We forgot to tell people what else is new with this, and that is the exciting
The Air Manager.
Air Manager.
Oh my God, I can't believe we forgot. Okay.
So let's bring it over here. Ceremonial knife.
You do the honors, so I do it.
You can do the
honors.
honors. Do it. So this is absolutely new for the 2 Plus connected. It only works for the 2 Plus connected. And it's an Air Manager. For those of you who have seen the S5 in their Air Manager, you'll be familiar with what it does. And this is kind of a little bit of a slimmed down version of that.
So again, a quick start guide. We should probably read that.
Okay, I'll glance at it.
Since this is our first time unboxing this Air Manager. On the back. All right, so there seems to be 2 components. Put that there for now. There's also a door. And let's pull this guy out too. Okay.
Okay. So we do have to assemble it. At this point, I'm going to pull out the quick start menu. Not menu, manual, just in case. And I will show the people who are looking down on this, the menu. It is fairly easy. It's like 10 steps to get everything running. So it is a very thick book, but that's because it comes in 100 languages.
Yeah.
So we're really only referencing 1 page, thank goodness. So I will start at the beginning.
So let's actually cancel the prints because let's install this guy on.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, let's do it. Abort. Okay. That's canceling. It's going to cool down.
Okay, so installing the Air Manager. Turn off your UM2 Plus Connect before installing the Air Manager. All right, so I'll do that now. Guide the Bowden tube and print head cable into the slot. Okay, so it looks like we're working with this piece first, Felix. You can do the honors and unpack that.
Okay. We'll clip
this is also going to be an instructional guide now.
Yeah. Okay, so what slot are we talking about? This guy?
Yes.
Okay.
So we want to slot this through that. It's going to stand up here.
Just like that?
Yep.
Okay.
And I believe it's going to hang off like this. This is going to slot into here.
Down a bit. Okay.
There we go.
Sure.
I think 1 clip. Let's see. It's a clip here. There we go.
Okay, that looks
Perfect.
right.
Yep.
Okay. What's next?
Guide the Air Manager cable around to the left side of the spool holder. So we want to come to this side, the left side of the spool holder, and plug into the out port.
All right. So for the
I do think I skipped some steps because I don't know how to read in order, but we're supposed to install the filter.
Okay, let's install the filter.
Yep.
Which way does it go? This way feels
way,
right,
yes.
yes.
Perfect.
So just a nice tight fit, it seems.
And then place the cover over the filter housing in the line with top panel.
Okay. Place the cover.
Yep.
In line with top panel.
That's good.
Okay. Doors.
Okay, so the door. So let's unwrap the door.
Okay.
And then we can slot the door in. And it just kind of locks into the front first.
Okay.
And you know what? At this point, I'm just going to turn it on.
So it slots into the port, yes, like that. Oh, and we probably should unwrap it. Oh, it's satisfying.
Nice.
This thing looks good. There you go. This doesn't feel like glass though. I think it's cast acrylic.
I think so.
Okay. That's it.
Nice. And wait, is that magnetic?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
But you cannot just let it go because it will fall.
Right.
So this entire thing just...
Still, that's nice.
That looks
and
sleek.
that's it. I don't think there's anything else.
Okay.
Great. So, you know, in about half an hour, we're going to have a finished Ultibot.
Yep.
Yep. So I guess at this point, we can pretty much wrap it up.
Okay.
I think we've done a cool unboxing of it. We've seen what the Ultimaker 2 Plus Connected is, what the differences are between this and the previous iteration, the new and introduction of the Air Manager for the 2 Plus. So I guess it's all about where people can find us, and if they have questions, how they can reach us. So if you're interested in the Ultimaker lineup, just contact us at shop3d.ca. You can reach out to me or Felix or any of our team members, and we'd be happy to help you. We are one of the largest Ultimaker resellers in Canada, and we also do support and training here for Ultimaker as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all available to you. So if this is something that you enjoyed, please let us know, subscribe, tell us in the comments what you liked or disliked about the video. If you'd like to see more of this, you can jump to our YouTube channel to see more videos, unboxings, live launches, and things of that nature. So from Felix and I, thank you for joining us.